The most important thing to remember about the grip in golf is leverage. What you're trying to do with your grip is create leverage for power and return the club face to square. Now here's the key about leverage. Whenever you need leverage, make sure that your palm is on top of the golf club. One of the common mistakes we see with people is they get the club to the side of their palm or their palm to the side of the grip. And at that point you really can't put downward pressure on the grip to give yourself leverage. So if I have my palm on top of the grip, then at that point I can push down, which would create leverage as I swing the club back. The club levers up, and that would allow me to strike down on the golf ball and create some power and square the club face. So here's some simple things you can do to make sure you have a good grip. One is always start with your arm to the side. A common mistake that we see in the grip is when people put the club out in front of their body and then they swing their arm to it and they almost naturally palm the club. So get in the habit of letting your arm hang to the side in good posture. Feel the club sit down into your fingers, and when you do that, make sure the club face, when you lift it up, the leading edge of the club is at right angles to the ground, so you have a good grip with a square club face. And at that point you should be able to hinge the golf club without moving your arm. Now you know you have a lever. Now from here, we want to apply your back hand, your right hand if you're a right-handed player, to the golf club, and I want you to think of sideways power. So if you're slapping something, your palm would take impact. If you're punching something, your knuckles would take impact. Golf is a side-on game, so we need to apply sideways power. So once you have your lead hand on the golf club that gives you leverage so you could lift the club up, then I want you to bring your right hand up, your trail hand, and make sure the club sits down into your fingers. Now whether or not you interlock or overlap, or even put all your fingers on the club is a preference that we'll find out whatever way is right for you. But I interlock, so I'll interlock my hands, and you can see the grip is sitting down in my fingers, and then my lifeline fits over my thumb, and so at that point I really now have both palms on top of the golf club where I can put downward pressure that would allow the club to swing back and create a lever, and then as the club swings down, it would release the lever for power and square the club face. The last thing I'll say about the grip is pressure. One of the common mistakes we see people is when they have a poor grip, they hold the club too tightly. A good grip allows you to relax and hinge the golf club and release the club, but you got to make sure that you're relaxed so that it can work and the lever can work properly. So remember these keys, and it'll help you to put your hands on the golf club the best way possible so that you can get leverage, power, and square the face at impact.